Right. So good morning, it's good afternoon. So it's just after 12 o'clock and it's Easter Monday. It's the 5th of April. I want to get quite a lot done today and I've made a decision. So this patch here that we've seeded as with green manure with mustard that's going to get flattened and dug into that top layer, I'm going to turn it into a squash patch, which from a timing perspective works quite well. So I can get the pumpkins and squashes going and I can transplant them in, and it coincides with knocking down that green manure. So yeah, squash patch, there you go. That was a spark of inspiration that I had. We'll see how that works. What I want to get done today is just this border here between the squash patch, which it shall now be called, and this weed fest. I just want to start to take some of this out. So underneath here we've got loads of chicken wire and slabs. I think I mentioned before that the previous tenant had chickens, and I think this is to protect them so foxes and other rodents can't dig underneath. It's ever so windy, you probably can't hear me. But anyway, that needs to come out, so I'm probably going to go back about, I don't know, about a metre and just shift all this stuff, move those slabs to that back end so I've got access to them, and just create like a buffer so I'm not getting all this twitch growing into the squash patch. Potatoes, no more unearthing by the, as I suspect, ravens or rooks. I think I've been blaming the pigeons unnecessarily. Onions we uncovered the other day, gave them a bit of water, covered them back up again. No sign of the asparagus yet. They were tiny and very fragile, so I'm not sure they're going to come back. And this end, I'm going to break it up a bit. So between these trees, I'm going to put some herbs in and some other useful sort of companion plants. I want to put in some comfrey, some borage, so I can use it as a compost activator. I think it works as a compost activator, but I also think you can put it in water, let it stew for a while, and then use that as a fertiliser as well, as a natural fertiliser, because I don't use chemicals on it. That's why I don't chemical anything. So everything that needs weeding by hand. I'm not bothered about eating stuff out of a chemical processing factory. So hopefully today we can. I was going to net that, wasn't I? Oh, my compost bin's blown away. Oh, there it is. It's over there. This weather looks amazing, doesn't it? I was actually looked out the window and then had a dig about so see if I could find some sun cream, thinking it was like a summer's day, and then I stepped outside and it's England in the spring, so it's pretty much all seasons at once, because it's a really cold wind. I'll put shorts on. That's probably not my best plan. So yeah, that's a bit of a job for today. So clear off some of that at the top end so I can move it back and create a buffer so we've not got that many weeds. And I've started to tie. It's that top end I'm sort of avoiding because it's just absolutely covered in weeds, but I'm going to make a start on that today. See how I get on. All being well, I can move on to this end, do a little bit of weeding in the middle here, and then move on to this end and just start to create some herb beds, and hopefully get some plants in that will support pollinators. So we'll see how that looks. Yeah, good stuff. Right, I'll give you an update later. Hey there. That's a quick update. So I've got massively distracted. Anyway, moved all those slabs to here. So I've got a proper slab pest. Check that out. It's like allotment holding is functional fitness. Anyway, that's proper sawback territory. I wanted to dig this back a metre. I've sort of taken it a bit further. What's that, about 1.5 metres? And I'm about, I'm going to overly optimistic, about halfway through. But every time I moved on, there's another slab to dig out. There's bloody slabs everywhere. And underneath the slabs are spiders, which is not great. Yeah, so we're sort of halfway across here. I hope to get that finished today, might not. And then I got distracted, and as I was walking past this perpetual kale earlier, if you can remember, if you look back earlier at the video, this first one here was sort of squished down, and it was under like a green netting, and I don't think that massive amounts of light were getting through, and it was looking all sad and sorry for itself. So my distraction was to sort these hoops out, get the old netting off it, put some of this, I mean this is last year's netting anyway, but it's as you can see, it's thickly spaced, so the light can get through. And then Julia's been down, helped me with the weeding for about 10 minutes. I know she's going to watch this and comment on that. But yeah, so, and it's freezing, so she didn't stick around for long. Good call. So this is garlic, perpetual kale. It's got a name. Can't remember. I'll put it up on, I'll put some text. Garlic, perpetual kale. So those two are the same. And then all the stuff that's in amongst it is garlic. But yeah, I think that looks a lot better. It looks a lot tidier. And then we netted the goosgogs, which, as I've said before, I'm not a massive fan of, but I wouldn't mind a crop off them this year's, give them a go. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is sort of a 4 o'clock update. If today's going to be incredible, it is going to be Sky News update. It's finishing that little section off there, so I've got that weed buffer, and maybe get some something in here, and then put another tube here, and then just extend that tunnel to the end. Then this is planted up, but I might be being overly optimistic. I've certainly been overly optimistic, I think, in terms of fetching all that out. Anyway, that's me 4 o'clock update. Yeah, I mentioned earlier I was just clearing this bit and I'm lifting these slabs up, and look at that beauty. I am not a fan of the spider, and that is a proper creature. Hello. It's horrifying, isn't it? I want to brush him off and usher him away, and I certainly don't want to squash him, but I also don't want him running across my hand. Good grief, it's cold. Right, it's 10 to 6. I think I've about had it because it's really cold. I've still got my shorts on. But yeah, so when we started out today, we were just going to dig sort of a metre, but I've gone the full width of the shed because it was easy to get my eye in where I was going. So we've created that buffer between this, which is mustard seed and will eventually be the squash bed, and this, which I haven't really decided what I'm doing, but I seem to have become slightly obsessed with sunflowers, so I might bring some sunflowers on and then transplant them into there. Yeah, got a lot of bricks and stuff out of it. Pretty hard work, but that's all done and dusted. And then the last thing I'm going to do before calling it a day is, hello, you see that? I think it's a female blackbird. So the last thing I'm going to do today is put some of this in. So I've got a big box of seeds at home, and some of them are going out of date, so I'm going to give this a go. So if you remember, we put garlic in here, 4 rows of garlic. There's 1 row there, 2, 3, and that cane there is the last of those rows. So in here, I'm going to put in some perpetual spinach, and and this goes in about 1.5 inches, and it's a tape. So in this tape, if you can see that, at set distances, is these things. So I'm going to get those in and use as many rows as I can, and then we've got, just weigh that down, we've got another alkaline pipe, so that can go on here. I don't think I can do this one-handed, and then just push that in a bit, and then that bends over this one here. As it twangs. Oh no, it's okay. Ugh. So I just put a cane in the ground, about 1.5 foot of bamboo cane into the ground, and then I cut these alkathane pipes all to the same length, and then that's bunched up there will pull over the top of these, and I'll just weigh it down with these bricks. And yeah, that's me for today. So yeah, nice one, chaps.